Hey everyone, Skylinks here, bringing you another video review. Today we're going to be doing another Batman review, and we are going to be doing the Batman Chronicles. Yeah, you probably are asking yourself, what is the Batman Chronicles? The Batman Chronicles is a 6 paperback series which consists of retelling the Golden Age Batman stories in exact order, starting with the first appearance of the Batman. So it's the first appearance of the Batman, and every story in exact order afterwards for 6 paperbacks, which is a lot of issues. This Volume 1 has 12 issues in it, and this is the thinnest of the volumes. Volume 2 I think has maybe 15, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I have Volume 1 and 2, I do not have any of the others, and I am picking them up along the way. Now, this is a must-get for all Batman fans, and there's multiple reasons for this, and definitely die-hard Batman fans should get this. Now, this isn't modern era, this isn't Silver Age, this is Golden Age. This is set in the 1930s. So the one thing you have to understand is there's going to be some cheesy points in them. In addition to that, there's going to be some old-fashioned dialogue, and some words that are juggled around that you might get confused with. So you might want to go to your grandpa and make sure he tells you what the words mean. But anyways, you definitely see Batman in his first appearance, and it is interesting seeing how the character evolved from his first appearance even up to like issue 14. It's an interesting evolution of the character. In Volume 1 at least is the introduction of the Batman, the first appearance of him, the first appearance of Robin, the Joker, Doctor Strange, and even technically the Catwoman, but she is called the Cat, and then they put woman at the end in later issues. This is, two kinds of people are going to like these. Comic book enthusiasts that love old school stuff, and then hardcore Batman fans. If you're a Batman fan and you don't have this, then I highly suggest you pick it up. Now, they are individual issues. There isn't going to be one huge story arc. So it's something that you can bring on your lunch break, at work, or in between classes at school, or anywhere, and just read an issue from the paperback, and that's it. You don't need to constantly follow the story. There are a few reoccurring minor villains that are actually pretty nice. And I hate to admit it, but I actually like some of the cheesy stories. They're fun. What I suggest is you lose yourself in these. Now, these are the first Batman issues, so they should be respected. This is where you gotta start. But you should definitely lose yourself in them, because that's the best way to enjoy them. My only complaint with these is Batman really doesn't have a problem with people dying. Now, I'm gonna explain that. Batman doesn't really outright kill anyone. Except for at one point he did hang someone, but it was a monster, so I don't know if that technically counts. But at certain points, he kills people. But it isn't on purpose, it's accident. For example, his punch was so hard it knocked someone off a building. Or they fell into a pit of acid or something like that. But he doesn't seem bothered by it at all. For example, in the first issue, he knocks someone accidentally into acid and they die. And he says, and I quote, "a fitting end for a person of his kind." It's just hard to see Batman be okay with death. But other than that, there's really nothing that's bad with this. They're great stories. You gotta lose yourself in them. And when I mean you gotta lose yourself in them, you really do. Because there was one section where he got shot, and he just goes, "Oh no, I should go to my family physician, my family doctor, and he'll help me take out the bullet." Some cheesy stuff like that. But it's great to see the evolution of the character. And I highly suggest picking this up. Definitely for Batman fans, and definitely for comic book fans that enjoy old school comics. Now, if you're not necessarily a hardcore Batman fan, or if you're not a great comic enthusiast, you want something more up-to-date or modern era, I suggest avoiding these. It's really for those two genres. But they are nice comics, they are fun to read, and you can read them as you go. You don't need to commit too much time to them. With that said, that's about all I really want to come across on this. I'm not going to cover each paperback. That would be silly. Because really, there's no big, huge story to go over them. But Volume 1 is the hardest to find. This will give you the most trouble finding. Volume 2 isn't that hard. Volume 3, kind of, but not too hard. Volume 4, 5, and 6, easy. But Volume 1 is definitely the hardest. And it is so nostalgic just to read the first Batman issue. It's just weird. The character really starts to evolve into a more recognizable Batman around issue 7. You know what else is interesting? Is throughout this, Batman has a fiancée. Never get married. She never dies. She only shows up in a few issues, but he constantly has a fiancée who doesn't live with him, but Dick Grayson lives with him. I know, kind of weird. But definitely pick these up. You will love them. With that said, this is Skyline saying peace out for now.